Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Emotional Alchemist. My name is Isa, and today we are going to be doing a really beautiful embodied shadow work practice. Before we get into the practice, just a little bit of context. So much of shadow work that I have done and that I have shared on this channel is all very intellectual, and lately most of my practice, if not all of my practice, is really based on getting into the body and understanding where my shadows live in the body, where different parts of myself live in the body. What do they feel like? What do they need on an energetic level? And that requires getting out of our head and getting into the body. So, embodied shadow work is that process of understanding your shadows on an deeply energetic and emotional level, and also, of course, always using the mind, the intellect, to understand the stories and the parts that are coming up, maybe the memories, the narratives that are coming up as we do that practice, as we uncover and excavate these shadows within ourselves. So if you are not in a space right now where you can pause, you can close your eyes, you can be with the body, make sure that before you start this practice that you are, make sure you're not driving, make sure you are not operating heavy machinery. You can listen to this practice, just listen to it in the background to kind of start activating your consciousness to certain parts, to your shadows. But I would highly recommend that if you can't listen to it right now and fully be present, uninterrupted, that you come back to this practice when you can create that space for yourself. We'll be beginning the practice by getting comfortable. You can be seated. If you're afraid that you are going to potentially fall asleep, then maybe stay seated upright. Otherwise, you can lay down if that's more comfortable to you. If you want to put any pillows or cushions underneath your back, just for extra support, make sure you go ahead and do that. So go ahead and get comfortable, set the vibes. You can turn the lights off, light candles, burn some incense, whatever feels supportive to you. Go ahead and pause the video while you do that, and I will be here when you're ready. So now that you are comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to be connecting with the body right now. Maybe you have a million thoughts running through your head. Maybe you're recounting the day, or you're planning the day, planning your week, thinking about all the things you need to do. Whatever is in your brain, we are going to be putting that to the side for now. Eyes closed, soften your eyelids, soften the face, soften that space between your brows, soften your cheeks, unclench your jaw, drop the shoulders, and take a deep, deep inhale in through the nose, and fully release out through the mouth, allowing your body to soften and open. As you're deepening your breath, maybe you're starting to already begin to notice parts of the body that are feeling rigid, thoughts that keep wanting to come up, keep wanting to pull you out of the body, away from the breath. Allow your breath to be an anchor. Allow it to move you closer to the parts that are tight, that are rigid, that are fearful, that are shut down. Our shadows live in all of these places, in the places that we never go, the places that we ignore, even when they are vying for our attention every day. You may find that it's difficult to breathe into your chest or your belly, that your breathing is shallow in the body. It's difficult to deepen. And this is okay. This is just your body letting you know, signaling to you that there is something there. There's something that is not wanting to be felt, something that is not ready to be seen. And this practice is an invitation for you to move closer to that part, that feeling, that shadow, to allow a wall or multiple walls to come down as you deepen your connection with self, your understanding, your inner standing of self. As you continue to breathe, try and send your breath to whichever parts of the body are feeling closed off or shut down, tense. And as you exhale, allow yourself to feel a little bit of release. As you send the breath to this part of yourself, create space for a trigger, a projection, a judgment, a feeling that has been nagging at you lately. What is that thing that has been consuming you, causing anxiety, hurt, confusion, pain, anger? What is that thing that is most prevalent? What is that thing that is not wanting to let you go, that is not wanting to give you peace or ease? As you allow this trigger, this feeling to come forward, what is coming up in the body? Maybe you're starting to feel tightness in your chest. Maybe there's some heat in different areas of the body. If you feel anger, what does that anger feel like? If you feel sadness, if you feel insecurity, what does that feel like? Where are you feeling that feeling in the body? So often we can label and identify our feelings, but we are terrified to actually feel them, to be present with them in the body. If this is you right now, allow your breath to keep you in the body. Breathe into the sensation. Move closer to it. And allow each exhale to be a reminder that you are safe to feel. Staying with this intentional breathing, staying with these feelings, I'd like you to find an anchor for yourself. Something that will anchor you to this moment, to the physical realm, to the body as we journey deeper into the psyche. This anchor can be a literal anchor. It can be a stake stuck into the ground. It can be an orb. It can be a tree. This is your marker for home, for safety. This is where you will be tying your thread that you can follow at any time to come back home, to come back to where you feel safe. Once you have this anchor, go ahead and tie your thread to it. And again, this thread can look like anything. It can be a piece of rope. It can be a golden, glowing, thin piece of thread. It can be a silk ribbon. Tie your thread to your anchor or attach it to your anchor somehow. Deep inhale. Return to the feeling that was coming up for you, the trigger, the projection, whatever it was. Return to where it lives in the body, breathing into that part of the body. As you begin to follow this thread deeper into your psyche, maybe you're walking into a cave. Maybe you're entering a doorway, entering into a dark forest. This is your inner world. This is your inner psyche. Whatever that looks like, start to follow the thread deeper into your subconscious. Staying with the breath, staying with the feeling that is coming up. As you breathe into the feeling, maybe there is a part of you that wants to come forward. As you open more to this feeling, what is wanting to be revealed? Each time you want to close up, deepen your breath. Allow yourself to open as you journey inward. What part of you is coming forward? What part of you is connected to this feeling? Maybe this is a feeling that you have been suppressing for a long time, that has been built up over months or even years. Maybe the experience, the trigger that you are working through is not just a one-time thing. It likely isn't. So what part of you is tied to that experience? What part of you is most deeply feeling affected by the experience? Allow that part to come forward and be your guide as you go deeper. As you go deeper into the feeling, what story is coming up? What story is the ego telling you? Within the resistance you still feel, what narrative is holding you back? What narrative is consuming you that is wrapped up in these feelings? Deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Continue following that thread deeper and deeper. If you're not a very visual person, just stay with what is coming up in the body and what stories are attached to that, to those sensations, those feelings. If you are a visual person, what is going on in your mind's eye as you go deeper? What do you see? As this part guides you deeper into your psyche, what are you noticing? As you open more to the feelings that are coming up, how is the story changing? What beliefs are coming up in the mind? Continue following that thread. Maybe the ego isn't ready for you to see past that story, to see past, to feel past the surface of that emotion. Maybe it's still clouding the truth, it's still clinging on to its reality, whatever that is, and that's okay. Breathe into that. Whatever the ego is holding up in front of you, whatever it is wanting you to see, to believe, if it's not allowing you to go deeper just yet, that's okay. Breathe into that. What is that story? Where are you stuck? What does that feel like in the body? Now, can you ask your ego to take a back seat? Can you let it know that it is safe, that you are grateful for its protection, but it is safe to move out of the way, to go a little bit deeper? How much deeper can you go? How fully can you allow your breath to open you up to what you've been resisting, what you have buried away for so long? Remember that you still have this thread to guide you. Maybe that part of yourself is ready to show you something. Allow your breath to take you deeper. Your body is intuitively wise. It will reveal to you whatever you are ready for. This thread extends only as far as you will allow it to go, and it will guide you back anytime you wish. As you journey more deeply inward, as you open more, staying with the breath, what truth is wanting to come up? What is this part of yourself showing you? What does this part embody energetically? Has it shifted or has it stayed the same? What is it needing or asking from you? Allow each breath to peel back any layers that are ready to be peeled back. Maybe there's a memory, an image, a feeling that is wanting to bubble to the surface. Allow your breath to create space for that to come through. Remember that you are safe. Can you stay with the story, with the feeling, with whatever truth is arising? Can you stay with it? Can you open more fully to it with love, without judgment? And if your body is signaling to you that it doesn't want to go any deeper, the resistance you're feeling is overwhelming or it's all consuming, You can stay where you're at. You can take a couple steps back. Breathe deeply into your belly. Exhaling out through the mouth. And if you do feel safe to go deeper, what is on the other side? What is that part of you showing you? And what does it need to feel seen, to feel safe? Does it want to be embodied, or does it simply want to be acknowledged? Is it wanting to shift and transform into something else? A feeling, an energy, a state of being? Maybe your higher self intuitively knows what that part, that shadow needs to hear to feel loved. As you breathe, send love and compassion to what has come up. Give thanks for being shown a new truth, unlocking a new layer within yourself. Let it know that it is safe. And that you are going to do everything you can to bring it back home. Setting an intention to give it whatever it needs to feel welcome, to begin to heal and integrate. Take a deep inhale and fully exhale, energetically reaching out to this shadow. Starting to make your way back, following the thread, back up to the surface, up to the light. Let that shadow, that part, that feeling, that truth know that it can come back with you if it wishes to. Maybe it's not ready to, and that's okay. Continue following the thread, staying with your breath. Back, back, back. Let that part know that it is home, that it is welcome, that you are no longer hiding it away. You will not forget. You will not repress it again. Let it know that it's safe. And let it go as far as it wants to as you follow that thread back to consciousness. Back to your anchor. Start to feel into the body, all over. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, roll your wrists, or stretch your arms up into the air. over your head. Sending your breath into your belly again if you were not already. Feeling that expansion, that openness. And exhale, grounding back into the surface below or beneath you. Take a moment to be with whatever you're feeling right now. If you're feeling really activated, take a deep inhale and allow your exhale to be longer, more extended than your inhale. So you can come back to a more regulated state. We're going to close this out by giving thanks to yourself, to all the parts of yourself that were revealed today in this practice. Give thanks for creating the space. Maybe a lot came up for you today, and maybe the door only opened a little bit. Maybe you only followed that thread a little bit deeper than you've gone before. Whatever your experience was is perfectly okay. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you were laying down, you can return to a seated position. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. I truly hope that it was helpful. If you feel called to journal about whatever came up, absolutely do that. And come back to this practice whenever you want to go a little bit deeper. And this is beautiful, beautiful, deep work. And I am very grateful to have been able to guide you in some way. Let me know what your experience was in the comments below. Much, much love to you, and I will talk to you soon.